Recording in progress.
Good evening. The meeting of the Newark City Council, please come to order. Would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record show that all members of the City Council are here this evening. First item is presentations, and this is a presentation and proclamation for National Crime Victims' Rights Week. And Jennifer Mello, the South County Victim Advocate Supervisor for the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, will accept the proclamation via Zoom. Proclamation number 1864, National Victims' Rights Week. Whereas more than 26 million people become victims of crime each year, and the Alameda County Victim Witness Division is dedicated to ensuring the rights of crime victims and their families by providing services to aid in their recovery from the impact of crime as they reclaim their sense of safety, well-being, and dignity. The Victim Witness staff assists victims of crime without regard to a person's race, gender, religion, nationality, sexual orientation, and gender identity or immigration status. Whereas victims are faced with many challenges as a result of crime, oftentimes victims enter systems that fail to meet their needs, provide appropriate services, and fail to treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve. And involving survivors helps victims, service providers, and criminal justice professionals understand the culture, values, and expectations of underserved and unserved victims who seek assistance and justice. And whereas the Alameda County District Attorney's Office Victim Witness Assistance Program was the first such program established in 1974, beginning with one victim advocate. And whereas in 1984, the Crime Victims Fund was established by the Victims of Crime Act to provide a permanent source of support for crime victims, services, and compensation. Alameda County District Attorney's Office Victim Witness Assistance Division partners with survivors, community service providers, criminal justice professionals, and victim advocates working together to enhance a criminal justice system response that is accessible, culturally competent, and appropriate for all victims of crime. Whereas in 2021, the Alameda County District Attorney's Office Victim Witness Assistance Division provided over 1,567 services to more than 289 crime victims in Newark. For victims of crime without independent financial means, the District Attorney's Office facilitated financial support through the Victim Compensation Program. Now, therefore, I, Alan L. Nagy, Mayor of the City of Newark, on behalf of the Newark City Council, do hereby proclaim April 24th through 30th as 2022 as National Victims' Rights Week in Newark, and call upon all citizens to reaffirm the commitment to respect and enforce victims' rights and address their needs during Victims' Rights Week and throughout the year. And Ms. Mello, I understand that you would like to say a few words.
Yes, thank you. On behalf of the Alameda County District Attorney's Office and the Victim Witness Division, I would like to thank the City of Newark for proclaiming Victims' Rights Week, April 24th through the 30th, and recognizing the efforts made to assist crime victims. We look forward to continuing to work with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, introduction of police officers Adami. Will officers Adami and Sanchez please join the podium? Okay, I would like to introduce Samantha first. I just wanted to see what your reaction would be. Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Adami was hired as a police officer on February 6th of 2022. Officer Adami grew up in Hayward and attended Moreau Catholic High School. She received her AA from Maloney College and a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from York College, where she played collegiate softball. I assume that's York College in Pennsylvania? Nebraska, okay. Officer Adami graduated from the Alameda County Sheriff's Regional Training Center Police Academy in Dublin on February 4th of 2022. In her free time, Officer Adami enjoys hiking, photography, and spending time with her family. And let me be among the first to congratulate you and welcome you to our city. And we look forward to a long association and very productive employment for you. Congratulations. Yes. And now I'd like to introduce Samantha Sanchez. Samantha was hired as a police officer on February 6th of 2022. Oh, so she has 2 days on you, you know. Officer Sanchez grew up in Newark and attended Newark Memorial High School, and she played varsity soccer where she was team captain and a Northern Coast soccer qualifier. Officer Sanchez began her law enforcement career as an explorer here in Newark, where she attended the Explorer Academy and earned the Explorer Academy Excellent Physical Fitness Award. It's one I'll never win. Officer Sanchez attended San Francisco State University, where she earned a double major in criminal justice and psychology and was one on the dean's list. She went on as a community service officer and call taker for San Francisco State University Police Department. Officer Sanchez graduated from the Alameda County Sheriff's Regional Training Center Police Academy in Dublin on February 4th of 2022. In her free time, Officer Sanchez likes to paint and draw, play soccer, play with her dogs, and spend time with family and friends. And Officer Sanchez, I want to welcome you to Newark and look forward to a long and productive career for you. So congratulations to you. And Samantha, congratulations to you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is public comment on any item not listed on the agenda. For Zoom attendees, please use the raise your hand feature if you'd like to speak. First of all, would anybody in the audience like to speak this evening on any item not on tonight's agenda? Nobody? Okay. City Clerk Harrington, are there any requests to speak online?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. The next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. And the consent calendar consists of items D1 through D6. First of all, are there any items that staff would like pulled from the consent calendar?
Not this evening, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Are there any items that the public would like pulled from the consent calendar?
Not on Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Are there any items that the council would like pulled from the consent calendar? No? Okay. So if not, the consent calendar will consist of the following items. Item D1, approval of audited demands. Item D2 is approval of the March 24, 2022 special and regular meeting minutes. Item D3 is adopt a resolution finding that there is a proclaimed state of emergency, finding that meeting in person would present imminent risk to the health or safety of attendees as a result of the state of emergency, and authorizing continued remote teleconference meetings of the legislative bodies of the City of Newark for the 30-day period beginning April 14th pursuant to AB 361. Item D.4 is adopt a resolution establishing the number of residents in the City of Newark for the purpose of determining the voluntary expenditure ceiling for the November 8th, 2022 municipal election. Item D5 is adopt a resolution initiating the 2022 weed abatement program and setting May 26th of 2022 for a public hearing. Item D6 is adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contractual services agreement with Baird and Driscoll Community Planning and authorizing amendment of the 2020-2022 biennial budget for fiscal year 2022 to provide funding for general plan updates related to the services associated with the 2023-2031 housing element. Would someone like to move that the items be approved as recommended by staff, with any items approved by resolution or ordinance being numbered consecutively, and that the reading of the title suffice for purpose of introduction or adoption of the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Okay, please vote. Motion passes, 5 ayes. Okay, item E, public hearings. There's no public hearing. Item F is other business, and before we get to the next item, I understand that there are a few recusals. Okay.
In landscape and lighting district number 11, and real property and business interests related to landscaping and lighting districts number 10, which would be Mexico Tortilla Factory at 7015. Other properties at 7155, 7167, 7179 Thornton Avenue, and a property at 36805 Magnolia.
Okay.
Yes, good evening, Your Honor, members of the council. I too have to recuse myself from council consideration on this item. My primary residence is located in landscaping and lighting district number 11. I took no part in the preparation of the staff report, nor the direction related thereto. Ms. Pavorka approved the staff report. For tonight's presentation, I'm going to defer to Mr. Fajot, who will provide the council with the report.
Okay, thank you. Staff report, please, Mr. Fajot.
Thank you. Good evening, Your Honor, members of council. The city has 13 existing landscaping and lighting districts that provide for the operation and maintenance of landscaping and lighting improvements in various parts of the city. Each year, a public hearing is required in order to levy assessments on these districts for the upcoming fiscal year. In advance of this public hearing, the city council would need to approve completed engineers' reports for each district and establish a date for that public hearing. The very first step in this process is for the city council to direct staff to initiate proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments. Specifically, that would include preparation of the engineers' reports for each district and the filing of those reports with the city clerk. At a future meeting, staff could then provide those reports for council's consideration, and council could also consider establishing a date for the public hearing. Normally, we would have this item on the consent calendar, but the necessary recusals require that the item be placed here under other business. So with that, staff's recommendation is for council to direct the initiation of proceedings for the levy and the collection of assessments for all existing landscaping and lighting districts for fiscal year 2022-2023. And we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay. Any questions of, or before we do that, is anybody in the audience who would like to speak on this item? Anybody? No? Okay, City Clerk Harrington, is there anybody that has a request to speak online?
No, sir.
Okay. So any council comments? None? Okay. So would someone like to make a motion to adopt the resolution?
So move to adopt the resolution.
Okay, and is there a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Okay. Okay, please vote. Motion passes, 4 ayes and 1 recused.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of Newark initiating proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments for landscaping lighting district numbers 10, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19.
Okay. Okay, the next item on the agenda is city council matters, and let me just start with congratulating our Park and Recreation Department and the rest of our city for just a wonderful event this past weekend. Family Day at the Park was an extreme success, and it was only a success because so many of our residents and their children turned out for it. And it was just a wonderful event, very well organized. The Park and Recreation Department and their staff deserves a welcome congratulations for a job well done on them. And then secondly, just wish everybody a happy Easter coming up. And with that, I will go to Councilmember Bucci.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I would like to echo the sentiments about our event this weekend. The rec staff did great, as well as a big thanks to the optimists and the Rotarian volunteers who were out there working their butt offs to make a great event. I saw our chief and captain out there mixing it up with the kids in the Easter egg hunt and helping out the littles. It was it felt like old times, like pre-pandemic times, and it was certainly a great weekend. I'd also like to congratulate our 2 new officers. It's exciting to see that despite other city struggles to attract and hire good talent for the PD, that we seem to somehow work around that and continue to bring in good people. I think that has a lot to do with the leadership in PD, so thank you guys. And then 2 last things. Obviously, we just had our Employee of the Year luncheon, and I want to give a congratulations to Mr. Jeremy Beck, who is in our PD records, and of course our own Sheila Harrington over here, who is not just a great city clerk, but I'll tell you, the work she does with the city is amazing, but the work she helps with this council and myself over the years is amazing too. So Sheila is well deserved, and I got to tell you, I guessed it on the first hint. That's how we like to do it. They give out hints, and I had it from the beginning. So congratulations and happy Easter.
Okay, great, thank you. And Councilmember Freitas.
And just wishing a happy Easter to all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Vice Mayor Hannan.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to echo your comments and that of my colleagues regarding the Family Day in the Park. The crowd that we had out there and the smiles that we saw on the kids' faces was spectacular. I don't know if I've seen as many at our Family Day event, and I realized after 2 years of being kind of cooped at home, it was good for families and their children to get out amongst the community. So great event. Real credit to the Parks Department for outstanding work. Also want to mention that got notification today that the Tri-City Volunteers will be distributing food on the first and the third Friday of each month from 10:30 to 11:30. This will be at the Newark Community Center. So if you know folks that are in need of food or families that are in need of food, it's kind of on a first come, first served basis. Encourage you to pass that word along, and I'll make sure if we don't have it on the city website that we'll put it there as well. And then lastly, again, wish all families a very happy Easter this Sunday. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. And Councilmember Collazo.
The best for last. Thank you, Your Honor. So I missed Family Day at the Park. I love helping out, with the Rotarians there, as we have done for so many years. But unfortunately, I had to work this weekend, and I heard it was a great event, great turnout. So I want to say thank you to everybody that participated. But there's something new and exciting happening at the library. Did you guys hear that you can use your library card to make reservations for state parks? And you reserve your entrance fee, you get a little hanging tag for your car, and I think you get to use it for 3 months, 2 or 3 months it is. So that starts this week, I believe. So make your reservations for those state parks. If you're not a member of the California State Parks Association or membership of whatever it is that they are, and enjoy, get out there and go to the parks and have a great time. And of course, Holy Friday, Sábado de Gloria, Glory of Saturday, and Happy Easter. And so shop Newark for all those Easter bunnies and the eggs and everything else, whatever you need for your meal, shop Newark.
Here we go. Okay. Thank you. The next item is closed session, and before we do that, would anybody in the audience like to address the council before we recess to the closed session? Nobody? Okay. City Clerk Harrington, are there any requests to speak online?
No, sir.
None? Okay. So then the city council meeting will now recess and go into a closed session for conference with labor negotiators pursuant to California Government Code Section 54957.6. Agency designated representatives, City Manager Benoon, Assistant City Manager Havorka, and Human Resources Director Solido. Employee groups, the Newark Association of Miscellaneous Employees, the Newark Police Management Association, the Newark Police Association, the Confidential Employee Group, and city officials and the management, supervisory, and professional employee groups. This meeting is now in recess.